Your car's smart features might be the reason it won't last 100,000 miles. From glitchy electronics to engines that choke themselves, some upgrades are silently wrecking your engine, battery, and your resale value. Most drivers don't notice until they're stranded. It's 11 p.m. You're stranded on the shoulder of a dark highway. The only light comes from your phone, and a tow truck bill that reads $4,700. You bought the technology. You trusted the sleek brochures and the promises of innovation, but right now, that trust is broken. What you were told was an upgrade, was a lie. The truth is, your car is being sabotaged from the inside out. Not by a ghost, not by bad luck, but by its own features. Features designed to save car companies money while costing you everything. Today, we're exposing the truth. We're counting down the 17 car upgrades that are secretly destroying your engine, your battery, and your wallet. We're going from the expensive to the dangerous, all the way to number 1. A feature that isn't just unreliable, it's evil. Let's begin. Feature 17, Sealed Lifetime Transmission Fluid. Let's sell you a maintenance-free experience that leads to a $8,000 repair. That's the sealed transmission. The shocking fact. This isn't just a rumor, it's a documented profit strategy. Car manufacturers like BMW and Mercedes label fluid as lifetime. But that lifetime is legally defined as the powertrain warranty period, often just 60,000 miles. The proof. ZF Friedrichshafen, the German engineering giant that supplies transmissions to Audi, BMW, and Jaguar, explicitly states in its technical documents that the fluid in their 8-speed automatic must be changed every 60,000 to 80,000 miles. The people who build the transmission are screaming for a fluid change, while the people who sell you the car tell you to ignore it. Customer outcry. On Reddit's BMW. Threads with thousands of comments detail how owners who followed the lifetime advice faced catastrophic transmission failure between 80,000 and 100,000 miles. It's like the company that makes your oven telling you to clean it, but the home builder gluing the door shut and calling it self-cleaning for life. Feature 16, Thin, Low-Rolling Resistance Tires. Let's prioritize a 1 to 2 mpg gain over your safety and wallet. These tires are the automotive equivalent of a crash diet. They've been starved of robust materials to lose weight, making them fragile. The proof. Tire review channels like Tires Reviews on YouTube consistently show these OEM spec tires have significantly weaker sidewalls. In pothole impact tests, they crack and deform where a standard tire would survive. Customer outcry. The forums for the Toyota Prius are a graveyard of bent wheels and blown tires. One analysis on Prius Chat found that owners replacing the factory tires with standard, more robust models saw a negligible fuel economy drop, less than 1 mpg, but a dramatic reduction in tire-related incidents. You're trading a tiny sip of gas for a massive gulp of risk and repair costs. Feature 15, Cable-Actuated Manual Transmissions. They took the soul of driving the precise mechanical feel of a gear shift and replaced it with a vague, rubbery imitation. The proof. In a side-by-side teardown, the YouTube channel Savage Geese compared a classic rod-shifted Honda transmission to a modern cable-shifted one. The conclusion? The plastic bushings and cable ends in the modern system are wear items designed to fail, introducing slop and imprecision that never existed before. Customer outcry. The 10th Gen Honda Civic Psi, 2017 to 2021. Community is up in arms. A quick search on CivicX.com reveals a Nachi shifter megathread, with over 1,000 posts from owners documenting the issue, with many ultimately spending $700 plus to install aftermarket solid linkage kits to restore the feel Honda engineers removed. It's a planned regression. Feature 14. Ambient lighting systems. That soft, multicolor glow might feel like a spaceship, but it's a network of future electrical failures. The shocking fact. These aren't simple bulbs. They are LED strips integrated into complex modules. A 2023 report from the German Automotive Club, ADAC, cited faulty ambient lighting control units as a rising source of electrical gremlins and battery drain in cars like the Mercedes A-Class and BMW 1 Series. Customer outcry. On mbworld.org, owners complain of LEDs flickering, failing, or defaulting to one color. The fix isn't a bulb swap. It often requires replacing entire dashboard or door trim panels at a cost of hundreds, just for a mood light. It's like your house's wiring being tied to a disco ball when the ball breaks. Your lights go out. Feature 13. Capless fuel fillers. Marketed as convenience, but it's a gateway to a $500 check engine light. The proof. The internal flapper valve mechanism is prone to failing open or closed. When it fails open, it allows fuel vapors to escape, triggering an evap system leak code, often P455. Customer outcry. Ford F-150 forums from 2015 onwards are filled with this exact issue. Owners report the check engine light coming on after a fill-up, with diagnostics pointing directly to the $400, $600 filler neck assembly. What was once a $15 gas cap is now a major repair. It's the automotive version of replacing an entire keyboard because one key got stuck. Feature 12. Rain. Sensing wipers. A smart system that's often dumb as a rock. The shocking fact. The sensor works by projecting an infrared beam into the windshield and measuring how much light is reflected back by rain. But this system is easily confused. Customer outcry. Tesla Model 3 and Model Y owners are particularly vocal. On TMC, Tesla Motors Club, countless threads describe the wipers activating randomly in bright sunshine or failing to activate in a downpour. A software fix can't overcome the fundamental flaw of an optical sensor being fooled by dirt, fog, or glare from the hood. They took a perfectly reliable manual control and replaced it with a finicky, unpredictable sensor that you end up fighting with. Feature 11. Driver assist systems, sold as your co-pilot, but it often acts like a distracted passenger grabbing the wheel. The shocking fact. A deep dive by Consumer Reports found that systems from Tesla, Ford, and GM often disengage with little to no warning, leaving the driver to suddenly regain full control. The proof. The YouTube channel DDSF Danish Driving Safety Fund has compiled terrifying footage from these systems, showing cars veering towards barriers or braking abruptly for overpasses. Customer outcry. The NHTAS investigation database is filled with complaints like this one from a 2021 Ford Mustang Mach-E owner. The Blue Cruise system disengaged on a curve and sent the vehicle toward the guardrail, requiring me to make a violent steering correction to avoid a crash. You're beta testing your safety with software that's not ready for prime time. Feature 10. Electric water pumps. The single point of failure that can silently assassinate your engine in minutes. The shocking fact. Unlike belt-driven pumps that fail gradually by leaking or whining, electric pumps fail suddenly and completely. They contain a computer board, an electric motor, and a plastic impeller, all vulnerable points. The proof. BMW's N55 and N20 engines are infamous. A survey by the blog Bimmerlife suggested that electric water pump failure on these engines is almost a certainty between 60,000 and 80,000 miles. Customer outcry. The story is always the same on Bimmer Post. No warning, just a red temperature, light, and steam. The repair bill is consistently $1,500, $2,200. It's like having the only fire extinguisher in your house wired to a timer that randomly decides when it will no longer work. Feature 9. Plastic cooling system components. Let's build the most heat and pressure-sensitive part of your engine out of the material least suited for the job. The shocking fact. This goes beyond tanks and pipes. BMW's N63 Hot V Turbocharged V8 uses plastic charge air cooler pipes that sit directly on top of the scorching hot engine. They become brittle and crack, causing boost leaks and performance loss. The proof. A class action lawsuit was filed against Ford for defective plastic coolant parts in their DPS-6 power-shift transmission, which would overheat and fail due to inadequate cooling. Customer outcry. The phrase plastic coolant flange is a trigger word for any VW or Audi owner. On VW Vortex, it's considered a mandatory preemptive replacement item. You're driving a time bomb where the fuse is made of the same plastic as a disposable water bottle. And we're just getting started. These first 9 features are the foundation of the problem. Cost-cutting, overcomplication, and planned failure. But what you're about to see next, it gets so much worse. We're moving from the expensive annoyances to the features that are designed to self-destruct and take your bank account with them. The countdown continues now. Feature 8. Continuously Variable Transmissions. CVTs. Let's replace dependable gears with a slipping, overheating rubber band. The shocking fact. JD Power's 2023 Vehicle Dependability Study found that transmission problems are the #1 complaint for vehicles aged 3 to 5 years, with CVTs from Nissan, Jeep, and Subaru leading the charge. The proof: YouTube mechanic I Do Cars tears down dozens of dead engines and transmissions. His teardowns of Nissan Jatco CVTs consistently show shattered thrust washers, worn-out pulleys, and metal shavings everywhere, signs of a system collapsing under ordinary use. Customer outcry. The Nissan Rogue Owners Facebook group has become a support group for owners facing $7,000 transmission replacements before 80,000 miles. It's not a matter of if, but when. This isn't a transmission. It's a countdown timer strapped to your drivetrain. Feature 7. Turbocharged Small Displacement Engines. Let's get V8 power by running a 4-cylinder engine at the red line, 24/7. The shocking fact. A 2024 report from Consumer Reports concluded that turbocharged engines are, on average, less reliable than naturally aspirated ones. The constant extreme heat and pressure cooks seals and strains components. The proof. Hyundai Kia's Theta 2 engine disaster led to a recall of over 3.7 million vehicles in the US alone for catastrophic engine failure, a $1.3 billion settlement, and ongoing federal monitoring. Customer outcry. On safercar.gov, the official NHTSA database, pages of complaints for the Kia Sorento and Hyundai Sonata describe engines seizing on highways, often with less than 60,000 miles. They promised you a race car, but they gave you a time bomb disguised as an engine. Feature 6. Air suspension systems. Let's replace a simple $200 metal spring with a $4,000 system of leaky rubber bags and a burnout-prone compressor. The shocking fact. Extended car warranty company data, analyzed by CarEdge, shows that air suspension claims are among the most frequent and expensive for luxury SUVs, with an average repair cost 400% higher than conventional struts. The proof. The YouTube channel I Am Detailing frequently features high-mileage Range Rovers and Mercedes GLS models with the dreaded kneeling stance. The comment sections are filled with owners sharing bills of $3,000 to $8,000 for full system overhauls. Customer outcry. So many Land Rover owners preemptively convert to coil springs that it's a standard kit offered by specialty shops. It's a luxury tax you never agreed to pay. Feature 5. Low-tension oil rings. Let's cheat on EPA tests by designing an engine that burns its own lifeblood. The shocking fact. This is a deliberate engineering trade-off. To reduce internal friction for a 1 to 2 mpg gain, the piston rings don't press hard enough against the cylinder walls to form a proper seal. The proof. Toyota settled a class-action lawsuit for $2.2 billion over oil consumption issues in its 2AZ FE engine. Subaru owners with FA20 engines in the BRZ have documented oil consumption tests showing over a quart burned every 1,000 miles. Customer outcry. Online forums are filled with what owners call the oil consumption test shuffle, a degrading ritual of going to the dealer to prove their car is broken, only to be told it's within spec. You're not a driver, you're a mobile oil refinery. And now, we've reached the final 4. These aren't just bad parts. These are philosophical betrayals. These features prove that the relationship between you and the manufacturer has fundamentally changed. You are no longer the owner. You are the product. Feature 4. Run flat tires. Let's solve the problem of a flat tire by creating a product that is worse in every single way. The shocking fact. Tire Rack's own testing data shows that flat tires have, on average, a 30% shorter tread life and a 15% higher cost than standard touring tires. The proof. BMW, a major proponent of run flats, was forced to add a mobility kit, a can of sealant, to many new models after overwhelming complaints about the harsh ride quality and the frequency of unrepairable expensive tire replacement. Customer outcry. Mini Cooper owners on North American Motoring.com have detailed guides on converting back to standard tires and buying a spare tire kit, a clear admission that the factory solution is a failure. They sold you safety, but delivered a subscription to discomfort and debt. Feature 3. Complex Canbus electrical systems. Let's turn a simple electrical fault into a $2,000 game of Find the Gremlin, the shocking fact. A diagnostic report from the German Car Specialist channel showed that a single faulty door lock actuator in a modern Audi can cause error codes in infotainment, transmission, and engine control modules because they all talk to each other. The proof. Mercedes. Benz techs on online forums lament the Christmas tree dash of warning lights that appears from a weak battery, as low voltage sends erroneous signals across the entire network. Customer outcry. The phrase, "I replaced the part and it didn't fix it," is the most common refrain on modern car repair threads. It's a digital house of cards, and a $50 sensor is the gust of wind that brings it all down. Feature 2. Plastic engine undertrays. Let's put a cheap, flimsy shield underneath your car that does more harm than good. The shocking fact. These trays trap massive amounts of heat. Thermal imaging tests by Engineering Explained showed underhood temperatures can be 30–40 degrees Fahrenheit higher with a full undertray, cooking every plastic and rubber component above it. The proof. Search undertray disaster on R. Just strolled into the shop, and you'll find countless mechanics photos of shredded plastic that is wrapped around axles, torn out wiring harnesses, and ruptured brake lines. Customer outcry. Ford F-150 owners with the 2.7 liters EcoBoost have reported that these trays, when torn, can direct road debris directly into the intercooler, causing thousands in damage. It's a $100 part that can cause a $2,000 catastrophe. And now, we're here. The #1 most dangerous, most unreliable, and most unforgivable feature in modern cars. This isn't a mechanical part, it's an idea. And it's an evil one. Feature 1, the subscription model. Let's not just sell you a car. Let's sell you a platform and then charge you a monthly fee to access the hardware you already paid for. The shocking fact. BMW initially announced an $18 a month subscription for heated seats. Mercedes charges $1,200 per year to unlock full power from the electric motor in your EQS. Toyota charges $8 a month to use your key fob for remote start. The CEO quote, "As one BMW executive told Forbes, we want to turn one-time drivers into lifetime customers." That is the most honest statement in the auto industry. You are not a customer who owns a product. You are a tenant in a vehicle you're financing, and the landlord can raise the rent on your heated steering wheel at any time. The proof. This is already happening. The backlash was so severe that BMW paused it, but the infrastructure is in the cars. The business model is written. This is the ultimate destruction of reliability because it destroys the very concept of ownership. Your car is no longer an asset. It's a service. And you are on the hook forever. So, let's look at the big picture. What do all 17 of these features have in common? It's not an accident. It's a pattern. Plastic where metal should be. To save them pennies and cost you thousands. Complexity where simplicity worked. To make you dependent on their dealerships. Software where a physical switch existed, so they can control it, lock it, and charge you for it later. Features designed for a laboratory test, not for the real world, so they can boast about MPG and emissions while your car falls apart. This is the new business model. Build a product with planned points of failure, lock it down with software, and then monetize the repairs and the features. They are engineering your dependency. But you are not powerless. Knowledge is your shield. Knowing this list makes you a smarter buyer. It makes you an informed owner. And if you want to take that power to the next level, you need to know what to buy instead. In our next video, we're flipping the script. We're not just pointing out problems, we're providing the solution. We're revealing the 7 most bulletproof used cars you can buy that avoid every single one of these 17 nightmares. Cars that are built to last, not built to bill. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next video is the most important one you will watch before buying your next car. Your wallet will thank you.